Today I will be showing you how to do synthetic division. I have problem number 2. So my equation is x to the 4th plus 5x cubed minus 3x squared plus 8x minus 60 divided by x plus 6. Now, since we are doing synthetic division, you just take the number in the front down. So this would be 1, 5, -3, 8, and -60. And since we're dividing by x plus 6, you switch it to -6. You draw your line, and you always bring down the first number. So 1. 1 times -6 is -6. 5 plus -6 is -1. -1 times -6 is +6. -3 plus +6 is 3. 3 times -6 is -18. 8 plus -18 is -10. -10 times -6 gives you +60. -60 plus +60 gives you 0, and your remainder is 0. So that means that x plus 6 is a factor. After you have found what your remainder is, you put in your x's. So this would be x, this would be x squared, and this would be x to the 3rd power. I prefer the synthetic method because it is quicker and it's a lot easier. Now we will be using the same equation, except of doing synthetic division, we will be doing long division. So we're going to be dividing x plus 6 into x to the 4th plus 5x cubed minus 3x squared plus 8x minus 60. The first step is to see how many times does x go into x to the 4th. It would be x to the 3rd. So we write x to the 4th. And then we do this times this, which would be 6x to the 3rd. Now you write your signs, but you always have to flip them. So this one was positive and this one was positive, but they get changed to negative. So negative and negative. You draw your line. These terms cancel out, and you're left with -x to the 3rd minus 3x squared plus 8x minus 60. How many times does x go into x to the 3rd? It would be x to the 2nd. So you write x to the 3rd plus 6x squared. Okay, these terms are positive, so you have to change them to a negative. These cancel out. I'm sorry, they were originally a negative. They were originally a negative, but you're changing them into a positive. So these terms cancel out, and you are left with 3x squared plus 8x minus 60. You keep bringing them down. Okay, how many times does x go into 3x squared? It would be plus 3x. So then you put 3x squared, 18x. Okay, so these signs are originally positive, but you change these to a negative, so negative, negative. These terms cancel out, and you are left with -10x minus 60. How many times does x go into 10? So be minus 10 and 10x plus 60. So these would be negatives, but we have to turn them into positives. These term cancels out, this term cancels out, and you're left with a remainder of 0. Although the long division method is very thorough and you can see every step, I prefer to use the synthetic method because it's a lot quicker. Now I will be using the same equation, x to the fourth plus 5x cubed minus 3x squared plus 8x minus 60. But instead of dividing it by x plus 6, this time I'll be dividing it by x minus 1. And x minus 1 changes into just 1. So then we bring down the numbers. 1, 5, -3, 8, and -60. Draw your line. Always bring down the first number. 1 times 1 is 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 times 1 is 6. -3 plus 6 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 1 is 11. And -60 plus 11 gives you a remainder of -49. So this is not a factor. After you find it's not a factor, you put in your x's. So this one doesn't get 1. This will be x. This will be x squared. And this will be x cubed. Once again, I prefer the synthetic method because it's quicker and easier.